What is up, guys? Yandere Neko here, and we are back for another Death Battle reaction. This time it is Iron Fist versus Poe. Now, I gotta be honest with y'all, I remember when this was first announced and the week leading up to the fight, the community reaction to this really just soured my taste for this matchup and for Poe as a character. And that is because, and this is probably my biggest versus hot take, I do not like the silly children's character stat stomps the more serious character type of matchup. For one, I just don't find it all that funny. And that's why people recommend it, because it's supposed to be funny, it's supposed to be the joke episode, but it's just not that great of a gag. I mean, at what point is it not just a roundabout way of having a spite matchup? Because the only reason you want the silly Panda Man is so he can stat stomp and meme on his opponent. Whoever that is, you're just giving them the middle finger, you know? Which takes me to point 2 of why I dislike these types of matchups. That is because no one would ever advocate for the inverse outcome. Like, no one is asking for fucking Doom Guy versus Rainbow Dash based on how hilarious it would be to see a My Little Pony get horrifically murdered. I mean, I would, but I just have a dark sense of humor. Well, like, intro aside, let's actually get into this episode, shall we? See how it holds up. See if my thoughts have mellowed.
Immortal Iron Fist.
And Poe, the chosen Kung Fu Panda.
The silly Panda Man.
Full of hardship. But these two unlikely masters have shown that with the right training and determination, anyone can walk the path of the Dragon Warrior.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Also, wasn't this like...
Every
was this season 8 or season 9? Because season 8 was supposed to be like highly requested matchups, if I recall correctly. And I know like Poe was recommended because, you know, as I said earlier, people like the silly children's character wins gag. So I know Poe was recommended for a while. But I'm not sure if this specific thing was recommended.
Really bring my wife and kid to visit the
Granted, I'm assuming it's season 8. I could be wrong on the season details.
Wendell's business partner tagged along, Harold Meach.
And yes, I know, Kung Fu Panda 2's dark and serious. You know, it has like genocide and trauma or whatever in it. I understand that, but no one's asking for Poe in Death Battle. For those reasons, they want the silly Panda Man, so, like, fuck off with that point.
Who, surprise, had less than noble intentions.
So Wendell was sent off a cliff, and his son Danny won the tragic backstory lottery when his mom died protecting him from wolves. Never trust a herald, folks.
Danny survived and was adopted by the people of Kunlun. Within the city's walls, he spent his formative years tirelessly training.
I also know, technically speaking, another controversy with this episode is they didn't really use, like, high-end Iron Fist, so debatably the silly Panda Man actually should have lost, but that's scaling stuff. And I try not to get into scaling. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to be one of those versus debaters that's like, oh, I do not care if the scaling or results wrong, I just like the quality. Like, no, we're all biased, we're all toxic, I was there in the early seasons. No, just get on with the episode.
He's mastered judo, Muay Thai, Aikido, pressure points, pretty much every cool fighting style around.
Well,
he also gained a weird habit of shouting.
Some would argue Aikido is a useless martial art, you know, it doesn't really hurt people, but, yeah.
The dragon, whenever he's
that
surprised.
is
Oh, you know that guy's got at least like 6 silk dragon shirts in his closet.
That would be interesting foreshadowing for when Danny
That's,
turned 19.
I'm not gonna
he
get
had the
into the
chance to
martial
become the
arts
next
quirky
Iron
and
Fist.
stuff.
But he had to overcome one
I
final
find it
challenge, the
interesting,
immortal
you
dragon,
know, it'd be
Shu Lao.
interesting
And
if
like a
they actually
badass, Danny
broke
walked up
down
to Shu Lao's
martial
front
arts,
door,
but
then, get this, bear hugged the dragon until it fell unconscious, netting Danny a sweet chest tattoo and the chance to plunge his hands deep into the dragon's
pretty
broomstick.
sure that
What?
counts more as a
Gonna say the
branding
creeping
than a
cauldron holding its
tattoo,
heart.
but
What are you thinking?
This act infused Shu Lao's chi with Danny's, making him the newest, the immortal Iron Fist.
With his newfound power, Iron Fist did what any vengeful orphan would and left Kunlun to track down the bastard who killed his parents.
However, when he found Harold, all the Iron Fist saw was a broken man.
kinda wanna look into we're gonna read the martial arts, okay? Kung Lun martial arts, so made up martial art. Boxing. Fusion White Crane, don't know that one. Karate, hey, I trained that. I was training Muay Thai. Keto, it's like, yeah, it's got some joint marks and throws, but most people consider it bad for self-defense and stuff. Judo, I mean, also, again, with Keto, yeah, he got some like throws and slams, but it's not. And Wing Chun, a martial art I'm very critical of.
So he spared him, casting aside his past
But,
anguish to become a hero.
Oh, great. Another lesson about how revenge is bad and all that crap. Wiz, when I find those chickens that did in my grandpappy, make sure I finish the job.
I'll put it on my calendar.
Lord
Thanks to his
Boomstick
friend
Lord.
Luke Cage, Iron Fist was able to reconnect with the real world and co-found a team, the Heroes for Hire.
And when he wasn't superheroing, Iron Fist was actually a pretty good dude who used his money to start a soup kitchen. Because he's yet another superhero who is secretly a billionaire by inheritance.
Together, the Heroes for
I
Hire
mean, you
fought
kind of
many-
have to be like a billionaire for it to be a superhero. You know, you need your layer, your gadgets, all you need your own car, your own jet. So, yes, it's a cliche, but it's to sell more toys to kids.
villains like Incinerator, Master
I'm not
Kong,
sure if
and
that
the
point
White
made
Man.
sense at
Hell
all.
yeah, down with the establishment, Danny.
No, I mean he fought a
White-
mob boss
the
actually
White
named
Man joke.
White Man.
Well, Whitey better watch
Yeah.
out, because Iron Fist isn't just a fancy title. Danny can harden his fist on impact, hypnotize his foes, accelerate his healing, make close-range Kamehameha kabooms, and even a giant energy dragon. Look at it.
Many of these chi powers were learned through the aptly named Book of the Iron Fist, a relic that has been held by every past Iron Fist. It even lets Danny open portals across dimensions back to Kunlun.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but why does he wear ballet slippers? Yellow dance shoes don't exactly strike fear into the enemy, you know?
They're Tai Chi shoes, pretty standard. Anyway, Iron Fist can absorb not just chi,
Isn't
but
Tai
all
Chi
manner of
just
naturally occurring
stretching,
power,
like-
electromagnetism.
Yeah!
Unironically,
Oh,
it's
so
stretching
that's why
and
he wears
moving
the slippers.
slowly.
Danny can react in a microsecond, punch apart a hammer helicarrier, and has delivered strikes comparable to hydrogen bombs. And being the Iron Fist, he is also one of the most martially skilled heroes in all of Marvel.
This guy can go toe-to-toe with Boy Scout super soldiers like Captain America and the friendly neighborhood light-dodging Spider-Man. He even defeated the evil demon Mara. No, not the ball
That's
demon. I'm talking about the
penis
bull
on
demon.
a
And after
chariot.
absorbing enough electromagnetic energy, he punched apart this train, surviving the resulting explosion that had enough force to, and I quote, make Hiroshima look like a sparkler.
Not so sensitive analogy aside.
Yeah,
it's clear Iron
debatably
Fist's
insensitive.
fist. Glove? Closed hand has some serious power. One time, he took in the chi of all the people of Kunlun to become this rad kung fu skeleton man. Watch out, he's got a foe to pick with crime.
All to fight an eldritch Terminator called
bad
the
pun.
One, who Danny had previously defeated.
Wish you really need to work on words better. Anyway, after Iron Fist threw the nameless robot off a cliff, it found Daddy Wendy himself and decided, hey, I should really take this guy's head and plop it onto my body. What the f***? Who wrote this?
Schrodinger's dad aside, Iron Fist is one of the deadliest Marvel heroes out there. No matter the challenge, he will always be there to keep the balance between Kunlun.
So, were those panels of him violently murdering characters like other heroes on Elsewhere story, or like an Elseworld story? Or what if, or Is he just like that?
in the outside world.
You know, they kind of just flew
No one can
past
take
that
from me.
stuff.
Not even you.
I mean, if it's not canon, then that's one thing. I just want to know.
Legend
Oh,
tells
the silly panda, man. Let's see if I have grown to like this. Because for the Iron Fist analysis, the white man joke is still eye-rolling. The Hiroshima and the insensitivity bomb joke was still funny. I liked that. Let's see what I remember from Poe's analysis.
of a dragon warrior so skilled and deadly in martial arts that his foes would go blind from overexposure to pure awesomeness. A fighter of unrivaled power, wisdom, and rotundity.
This is Zhao Po Ping, a panda born in the Valley of Peace. For the longest time, this valley only knew, well, peace.
But everything
Fitting
changed
name.
when Gary Oldman the Peacock and his army attacked.
Lord Shen received a prophecy saying his conquest would be stopped by a warrior of black and white, a panda.
So, in a fit of paranoia, Shen decided to genocide every panda in existence, forcing Poe's mom to part with her baby as he Mosesed away in a radish box.
I
Jeez,
see.
we got real dark with the sequel, huh?
After some obligatory
Yeah,
drama,
that's
Poe
what
was taken
people
in by
always
a
talk
little
about.
goose named
Oh, you know, the sequel, it's always so dark and have this genocide trauma, but like, again, that's, well, yes, part of his character, that's not why people want to see him in Death Battle. They want the funny panda man.
Ping.
With his expert guidance, Poe trained day and night to be a waiter at a noodle restaurant. Not the hardline warrior life I was expecting.
It was Poe's dream to be a martial artist. He idolized all things kung fu, going so far as to make action figures of his heroes, the Furious Five.
So he's a
Nerd.
weeb.
However, he never expected to have the chance to actually explore that dream until the day of the Dragon Ceremony, where Master Oogway would select a chosen one to lead a new era of kung fu as the Dragon Warrior.
And to the shock of everyone, Master Oogway chose him. Talk about a freak accident.
There are no accidents, Boomstick. Despite some setbacks, Poe was actually quite gifted. He just needed the right motivation, a carrot on a stick.
Or more accurately, a dumpling.
Next to the Furious Five, Poe experienced the classic Shaolin animal styles, which are actual practice martial arts. Tiger style uses
Now,
ferocious
this is one thing I actually did like about their analysis, breaking into the more traditional martial arts that it's like inspired the characters or that like the characters use. Even though traditional martial arts is debatably ineffective compared to like modern MMA stuff, but yeah, that's Death Battle's never gone into like super serious martial arts talk or stuff, so that's beside the point.
combos. Monkey style has unpredictable acrobatics. Mantis style uses fast strikes. Viper style implements fluid movements. And Crane style is all about sweeping hits.
But none of them suited Poe, so he made his own. You guessed it, Panda style.
Which is sort of inspired by the real-world Dragon style, but mostly based around using his roundness for defense, wearing down enemies until he gets an opening.
His
You
body
know,
can stop just about anything. Falls,
They
pressure point attacks,
have
and
a
even
lot of
clock to the
creative
face.
ways
When
to
he isn't
avoid
overwhelming you
calling
with his
him
pure
fat.
fatness, Poe can launch a Hadouken
Oh, well, I
with
guess
a thundering
Bruce
wind
just
hammer,
did,
immobilize foes with a paralyzing shoulder touch, and blind you with the Golden Lotus Clap!
Yeah, I forgot. Well, I actually never seen the cartoon, never knew that it existed, so I forgot they actually gave him a bunch more abilities.
Oh god, it's like looking into the sun!
But you have to be careful or you could blind yourself with it.
What? Why wasn't that at the beginning of the instructions? We never saw Poe do this in the movies!
Poe has been in much more than movies, like TV shows, where he picked up a lot of new powers, such as the hero's chi, a life force passed on to a chosen every generation.
This shonen power-up lets Poe counter mind control, shoot beams of energy, and make a giant dragon construct that devours pretty much anything.
Well, the
And
Dragon
of course, possessing the hero's
Construct
chi
was
makes
in
Poe
the
comparable
movies,
to the
but
previous owners of it.
Including the Black Tortoise, who was powerful enough to stop this huge meteor from hitting Earth. Poe even defeated this dude who would absorb the collective chi of the greatest fighters across China.
Poe's achievements gave him the admiration of his peers, but his journey to becoming a legend wasn't easy.
Yeah, big shocker. The orphaned panda dragon warrior raised by a goose in a noodle shop had a bit of an identity crisis. But through it all, Poe proved he can hang with the best of them.
He can evade lightning blasts, chuck a hammer into low orbit, and once cleared an entire cloud formation with just the flex of his pinky.
This is his signature technique, the Wuxi finger hold, a move that warps anyone caught in it to the spirit realm.
AKA the afterlife. No, really, characters who have canonically died can be found here. And even should Poe be unable to complete the hold, he can always use it on himself to bring his target to the spirit realm with him.
But despite the spirit realm being the afterlife and all that, death isn't always permanent. I mean, thanks to Poe's chi mastery, he can travel back home no problem.
And eventually, he overcame the tragedy of his past and found his inner peace. In this state of mind, Poe has an immense amount of focus, enough to catch cannonballs.
A trick that proved handy when it came time to defeat
Like,
that
the
asshole
one
Gary.
advantage, because they only put him at, like, lightning level, like, the only real advantage Iron Fist had in this fight was speed and debatably better experience. Well, actually, I'd just say better martial arts experience, frankly.
Oldman who killed his
But
mom. You show him, Jack
it's still
Black.
like a stat stomp
Poe.
to
Poe now stands ready to teach
Of
the next
dude
generation
building a
alongside his
key.
original father, who apparently survived.
assuming
And
you
all.
don't count
What a nice
the high
ending.
end
After mastering chi,
Iron
returning
Fist
from the
stuff,
spirit
but
realm,
again,
and saving all of China, Poe has finally realized who he truly is.
I am the Dragon Warrior. Get it? See the giant dragon?
All right, the combatants are set. From the data through all
it's an odd
possibilities.
First, if
analysis.
you like cool, goofy
I
cartoons like Kung
honestly
Fu
think
Panda,
it was the community response that just soured my taste to this episode.
check out Rooster
Because it
Teeth.
was like a weird induced bite fight, like, it was jacking off another character at the expense of whoever the opponent is, you know? Everybody was so excited, oh, the funny Panda Man stance stunts. It's like, well, I mean, admittedly, Iron Fist is not like a super popular character, but like, you're still. It's like, what about people that like Iron Fist? You're basically saying, fuck you, you know? It's.
His new show, Neon Convening.
Oh. Well, you're a failed company, so you can skip that. Now onto the fight.
Wow! That was awesome! You were like, "Wah!" and then went Satsabooey!
Oh, the Poe
Are
voice is
you?
pretty spot on, not gonna lie.
I am the dragon.
Oh, no way! Me too! Do you want to spar?
With you?
Well,
All right, buddy. Show me what you got.
there's a
Oh,
bit of,
yeah, may
you
the
know,
best
wholesome
dragon win.
dynamic. Not that I'm one of those people that like insist every death battle have a wholesome dynamic or like for me. You know, we need more scenes with the characters respecting their opponent. Like, I'm not one of those people, but every once in a while it's nice to mix it up with a wholesome dynamic, although in recent years they kind of overcorrected. That's beside the point.
Focus. Focus.
A decent hand-drawn bit there. Though, not the biggest fan of the post fight.
You can use chi too? Interesting.
So cool!
Like, that looks a bit... Maybe it's just the sideways angle, but
How about we both stop holding
it's
back?
kinda weird, you're not gonna lie.
Totally!
Man, at least it was fun seeing him eat the bamboo for the same Iron Fist. That was fun dynamic.
What are you doing?
Another nice bit of hand-drawn animation.
No?
Like the second it was on
You're
screen.
about to learn it. Hey!
Oh.
Give you a break. Okay, it's time for me. Nice view, huh? Golden Lotus Pack! Yeah!
Feel the power of chi!
Get ready to feel the thunder!
Part of the dragon.
And time for the other character movies coming up. Oh, that was, not gonna lie, sick animation. Power up was solid.
Come to Papa!
Poe just killed a guy.
That was so cool! Wait till Master Shifu hears about this!
Wait till I tell Master Shifu I brutally murdered someone.
KO!
That was the meme.
I did not see that
No.
coming. I guess Poe got his fill of iron, am I right? You sure the panda winning wasn't some fluke accident, though?
There are no accidents, Boomstick. But due to his credit, Iron Fist's superior speed did help him hold out for a time.
Yeah, Poe could evade lightning, while Danny could move in a microsecond and hang with light timers.
And while Poe was very skilled, his experience didn't quite stack up to Danny's, who has been training all his life.
And that's about where this chubby panda starts taking all the wins. Poe's mastery of chi could counter Danny's hypnosis, and his fat belly stopped any pressure point shenanigans. In fact, anything Iron Fist could dish out, Poe could bounce back from. Sometimes literally.
Iron Fist punches have been compared to hydrogen bombs, which sometimes cap at 50 megatons. However, when compared to the not tactfully described exploding train, he could have around 10,000 times the power of the Little Boy bomb.
Putting Iron Fist's maximum potential at 150 megatons of TNT. Really
That's-
powerful, but Poe had it beat.
Poe could
Yeah,
clear away
'cause
this
the
giant
planet
cloud formation with
meteor
just his whooshy
as
finger
well.
hold, a technique he mastered before he even knew chi existed. With chi, Poe and other fighters like him have done far more insane feats.
Like the Black Tortoise and that extinction-level meteor stuff. Something that would require, just a little over 600,000 times more power than the Iron Fist
Wait a minute. Poe is Satan confirmed.
insensitivity punch.
At first glance, Iron Fist's incredible speed and skill might make this result seem far-fetched, but look at it this way. Poe's entire style is about taking hits from faster opponents until he gets his opening, making this the exact kind of match he would excel in.
Not to mention, Poe's whooshy finger hold was an instant win, right?
Well, kind of. As long as Danny had the Book of the Iron Fist, he could theoretically make a portal out of the spirit realm, assuming Poe didn't eat him first.
And remember, after coming to terms with his conflicting emotions and returning from the spirit realm, Poe had gained true mindfulness.
Not unlike the path to enlightenment taken to achieve nirvana.
Man, that's some heavy stuff for a cartoon bear voiced by Jack Black.
This sort of implies Poe can move between the mortal realm and the afterlife at will, making it questionable if death by conventional means even matters to him, crazy as it sounds.
And anyway, against Poe's overwhelming toughness,
Weird
counters,
theory,
and
but
Poe work,
okay.
Iron Fist wasn't putting him down in the first place. He just didn't have the stomach to bear it.
The winner is Poe.
I mean, it's an alright episode. Yeah, the main flaws I don't like, fight-wise, is Poe's sprite can be kind of janky, especially when it's a direct sideways view of it. Generally just not a fan of the more light-hearted joke episodes in general. Is it as bad as I like to... Well, yes, the community really soured my taste of this episode. It's not that bad. It's also not as good as the silly Panda Man fanboys like to say it is, but it's an alright episode. If you thought I had anything insightful to say, please like, share, subscribe, if comment for the algorithm, and I'll see you all next time.